Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a highlight viewer submitted match of StarCraft 2, a 4v4 game, a Monobattle, if you will, where each of these fine players can only make one type of army unit. In the bottom left corner here, team number 1 starting things off, the Red Terran. It is Paprika Man. Their orange Zerg ally not yet moving their overlord. It is Orange Boy. Perfect name for this color. Fabulous. The pink Terran pieces here belonging to Great Oz. And finally, their Protoss ally, is that dark gray? Very nice. It is Masio PL. Let's look at them talking to each other here. If this can work for us, this composition, we will look at what units people make after the intro. I suppose we'll start things off here. The upper right corner, dark green Terran pieces. Team number 2, it is Timbo. The other pink, light pink, I'll say, Protoss pieces belonging to Skiemk. The purple Terran SCVs belonging to Speedy Rogue. Good God, intros take a long time with 4v4s. And finally, wrapping it all up, team number 2's blue Zerg drones. It is me. Moving on. Enjoy. That's a fast layer, my dude. Alright. Now, as far as what people can make, I'm trying to rack my brain here, trying to remember. Team number 1, let's see. We might be able to tell just based on what they're building. We've got a barracks with a tech lab so far for the Red Terran, a factory on the way. Oh, Swaparoo here. Okay. Well, we see pink. Team number 1 here, unit of choice, Hellions. They can only make Hellions for the entire game as far as army units then. Dark gray. What do we got going on so far? Nothing really. We're Chrono and Warp Gate, so probably a gateway unit. Orange. I do remember orange. Orange had Corruptors. Okay. That stuck out in my mind, which is probably not a good thing. Pink Protoss over here, team number 2, is Adepts. Ooh, interesting. Spicing things up. Dark green. What do we got? Oh, it's Marines. Clean and simple. A Terran's favorite guy. That's just a normal match for this Terran, probably. Purple. We've got Ghosts. Ghost Academy. Barracks with a tech lab already. And myself, I remember. Swarm Hosts. Enjoy that. Adept Glaives on the way. The first of the Hellions will make themselves known. Great Oz gonna send them right across here. Marines helping out. Should be able to hold the high ground at least. The depot. Raise the depot. Perfect. Oh, OV in position here. The Great Oz sending that barracks across. We have double Spire on the way for the Corruptor player. First of the Swarm hosts in the production tab. Everybody's getting their things online. Take us a few minutes for some of them. Not everybody can make Marines and Adepts. Hellions, it would seem. Did we identify what Dark Gray is doing yet? Because I honestly don't remember. No, oh, it's a Templar. They've got a Templar Archives coming up. Oh god, did they get High Templar? Or Archons? I don't know. These Hellions are wreaking havoc on the other side of the map, though. Total losses, can we see? 10 probes killed off to the tune of 3 Hellions. That's pretty good. Oh my gosh, I think they got High Templar. Storm is on the way. Okay. Nidus Network on the way for the Blue Zerg, the Swarm Host player. Yes, I will not refer to myself as me for most of this. The Swarm Host player. Couple spines on the way. Now the Hellions might start to make their move on this side. Checking for that third base. Luckily for the blue Zerg, they are so bad they don't have a third base here. Oh, cancel it. Not gonna be canceled. It will be killed off. Where are the swarm hosts? What are you doing? Oh my gosh, they're struggling. The waddle. Trying to get back here. Hellions picking off the queen. Not a lot of drones were over here though. The true strategy, the huge brain move, of course, is to just not have any drones to actually get killed off. If I don't make workers, I can't lose workers. Instead, I'm going to send the locusts from very far away here. I should be able to pick this off, save that Nidus network. Fantastic work. And then the shenanigans start. Adepts also moving across. This is a planetary, which I quite agree with. I like the choice. Get that planetary. Adepts could shade around. Depot will be raised. Storms. Is Storm done? Storm is done. So these High Templar can help out. Oh my gosh, Red has siege tanks. Oh, that's the play. Okay. Nidus Swarm will be spotted by the Corruptors. Ping goes out. Swarm hosts will reveal themselves over on the right side. Quickly, back to the Nidus Worm. Oh, well, that's gonna end the Locust campaign right there. The Marines and Adepts will appear to work together. The Ghost player hasn't really done a whole lot yet. They're still working on getting some Ghosts. They're making nukes too. Could be some potential there. Could help out quite a bit. Corruptors flying around. The Corruptors' job at this point really should be killing off the Overlords. Or any air units for that matter. But if there's a foolish blue Zerg that's actually using Overlords to make all these worms, oh, the spitting on the Nidus, that's actually a really good move. Corruptors may prove to be pretty useful here. There's a single swarm host. It's struggling to move around. Locusts will make their move against the pink Terran here. Locust player, swarm host player, clearly hating the Hellion player at this moment. Corruptors struggling to move around, find the worms. Marines actually able to help out a little bit here. Marine Adept combo. Well, they're not going to do too well against Hellion Siege Tank. I think Blue Flame is completed for these Hellions too, which means the Adepts will evaporate even before they shade away. Siege Tanks unsieging will be able to deal with that. Overlord spotting. Oh god, the timing on this. Let them loose. Back to the worm. Corruptors will not be able to deal with the Locusts before they hit the ground, which means the Siege Tanks are going to have a bit of a struggle. Storms. The water balloon even helping out up against that. Nukes launched. Oh, scan goes out. Boys will be pulled. Protect the ghost. Protect the ghost. Oh god. Was it enough? It was enough. The nuke will land, do a bit of damage, hurt the paint on that planetary. I hear more Nidus worms coming up, but the carnage is over here for right now. The dark green Marines going after that command center. Hellions trying to help out up against that. The Corruptors move across. Personal vendetta against the Swarm Host player, it would seem. Denying both the Nidus network and the Overlords. I don't believe the Ghost nuke is actually going to work out. The Siege Tank Templar combo here. Could get a Storm on the Adepts. Could make that happen. How many Overlords just died? I can't actually see. Oh, 7. I just can't actually find it. Oh my gosh, another Nidus network's going to go down. There's a lot of Corruptors, Batman. Corruptors actually helping out. Not quite as decorative as one might have expected Corruptors to be. If they didn't have their building attack, it would be quite a different story. Oh, very unfortunate SCV. Okay. We've got 2 groups of swarm hosts out now. Tried to help that out. Going after a few of the workers. How's the rest of the players doing? Dark gray, adding on more gates. Orange still being quite rude with their Corruptors, doing good work. More nukes on the way. I can take this as a camera location for later, maybe. Storms going out against the Adepts, storming yourself even. Oh my god, that's a lot of siege tanks. The Adepts will be quickly dealt with. Most of the Templar dying off in the process, but the siege tanks eventually will help out with that. Able to clean that up. Corruptors. Yeah, that... Adepts, not quite ideal to fight off Corruptors, I will say. Planetary, a little bit of a target. Nuke will fly. Target here. Oh, 2, 3. Nuke. Missile launched. No, not gonna happen. Okay. Oh, and then the scan goes out. Quickly deal with the ghosts. Very well. Nidus Worm cleaned up by the Hellion player over here. There's another one over here, though. I don't think I actually had a Nidus network at this point. No, I've got 2 infestation pits instead. Fabulous. Perfect. Locust will be made. I think I'm remembering this. With no Nidus network, this is the only worm on the field. Yeah. So anything that's in here, if the worm dies, it dies with it. Good thing to note until that network comes back online. Corruptors flying around, being rude, being annoying. Going after the hatchery. The Corruptors actually doing quite a bit of work. Picking off the buildings where they can, denying overlords whenever possible. Who haven't we checked on in a little bit? The siege tanks, the High Templar, working together here. Oof. Decent storms go out. Locust, well, will be mostly denied. This is a panic worm. The swarm host trying to get out. But the worm, oh, some of them will be lost. Worm will save some of them, though. Corruptors still being annoying. Ghost player trying to deflect them, it seems. Snipe not even going to work entirely there. Got a couple pings. Hello, Planetary, at the base here. The Adepts picking off that Cyber Core. Not actually going to be super helpful against the High Templar player. Be much more damaging to find the Templar archives. The Hellions. How many probes they just kill? Not too many, actually. The pink Protoss here. Not losing a terrible amount of probes, but still enough to be catastrophic. There's a lot of storms. Category 5 storms going on in the Zerg base. Another nuke. 2 nukes. So now I gotta look. Okay. We'll get that trail going. Setting up the nukes. Orange player. Lose a little bit of their gas income, but not enough to, I think, actually make a huge difference. Battery overcharge. Not enough to save the pylon from the mass of 16 Hellions at this point. How many Corruptors are out, too? Another nuke called down. Corruptor count at 28. Fabulous. Oh god, the Marine slaughter. They hold the high ground, yes, but stimming up against Blue Flame Hellions might actually hurt the Marines more than help. The Hellion Corruptor combo is doing quite a bit of work. Corruptor's impressing, at the very least. The Ghosts? Not... Oh, actually, Snipe does go out. We'll get 1 Corruptor. Swarm Host will make their reappearance, their return debut. Can the SCV save the Planetary? It's gonna be close. Planetary will fall. SCVs start to repair. They go after the worm? I think so. Workers called to the front. Another Nidus Worm will come up, though. The Corruptors continue to be absolutely annoying nuisance here. The MVPs, I'll say the unsung MVPs so far for team number 1. These Corruptors. Look at this. Look at this. 32 Corruptors with a very nice split of where they're spitting, of course. Siege tanks moving across other side of the map will be in a bit of trouble. The Overlord Convention. See, we don't need to fight. Oh, purple actually tapping out. Ghost player says no more. Losing all of my base, all of my production. Not wanting to pitch in, not wanting to deal with the fallout from that. Siege tanks set up on the low ground. A few Templar here to protect them. Hellions working the left side. Adepts trying to deal with them. You know, both Hellions and Adepts deal with each other pretty well. It's actually not a bad battle. Overcharge, not going to be helping out too much, so not enough batteries to really support the siege tanks over on the... I'm sorry, can I get that in instant replay? The siege tanks? My gosh, the storm. Siege tank storm combo up against Marines. That was brutal. We're going to watch it again. Viewer discretion advised. Beautiful storms, decent, the splits, anything. My God. Well, that was a blender. How many tanks is this? 4, 8, maybe 9? 9 tanks total? Oh, they unsiege at a bad time. The locusts will make themselves known. Connect with the siege tanks and swarm hosts, of course, you know, built, constructed to deal with mech very nicely. So siege tanks will have a bit of trouble against that. That attack is broken, but the Hellbats over on the far left side are still getting some work done. Now remember, team number 2 is down a player at this point. Purple tapped out. Purple said, no thank you, no way Jose, I'm out of here. And these Corruptors are just getting way too much done. The damage will continue. Things looking pretty good for team number 1 at this point. Who is this? Oh, this is team number 2, the Hellbats. Hellbats going after the Nidus worm again. Swarm hosts. Well, they could go after some of the bases, some of the drones, but at what cost? There's virtually no mining left for the blue player here, who has 8 drones to their name. Despicable. Terrible. The Hellions are still getting a massive amount of work done on the left side. Adepts not going to be on the menu, I think, for a bit here. No, there's only 1. 0. There's 0 on the field. Warping in 3, the Marines trying to find somewhere to be helpful. Corruptors still flying around. Templar SCV combo will deal with these worms. But there is an Overseer around. Corruptors not doing a whole lot to clean up the Overseers around, instead focusing on destroying the opponent's bases. Marines, finally. Good answer, good counter here. Should be able to deal with the Corruptors. The problem's the Hellions. Stimming everything might not be the best of decisions. Instead, we really need to kind of split them up. Get an arc going. Oh my gosh. The barbecue. The Marines, the true victims of this match, up against siege tanks and Hellions and storms. Corruptors will again set up the spit across Locust. It looks like clearing out these couple of bases here, but it's not working a lot in the favor of team number 2. 16 swarm hosts, I'll say decent number. Okay. Clearly this Zerg knows their way around swarm host production. They must be very handsome. But things are not working out too well for their team at this point. Perhaps they need to readjust, try to help their teammates. Nah, probably not. Instead, Corruptor Hellion combo still working their way through the pink Protoss base, who is quickly running out of options. At this point, there's no mining for the Adept player. Not a lot going on. Swarm hosts, well, they're gonna waddle around. Might try to get something done. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of Hellbats. And Locust, not too great up against the Hellbats. Things not gonna go too well, I think, at this point. If the Hellbats actually commit, can get to the swarm hosts, even the Hellions themselves might be a bit much. I think team number 1 is in the process of wrapping this up. We still haven't had anybody else leave, though. Oh, there it goes. Dark green Marines no longer here. Corruptors, how many is this? 44 Corruptors doing fabulous work. Picking off all of the buildings. They don't even care. Marines, missile turrets, what does it matter? Swarm hosts still trying to get a little bit of damage done. Hellions tripping over each other. Who gets to hit the missile turret next? Okay, that's working out well. Corruptors, look at this base. This base got wiped clean. Damage galore. I don't... Why are the Swarmos even here? I don't remember why that... Securing the island base is going to be helpful, although I don't think it's going to go on for much longer at this point. Things are looking too great, too well. The Siege Tank player actually recouping a bit of their numbers. High Templar. Likewise, going after a prism, trying to destroy a prism. Where's the Corruptors when you need it? They're making a missile turret. It would be easier to make a missile turret than to try to get any supporting anti-air up here. The holy Hellions, 75 Hellions moving up into the main base here. The Swarm hosts mysteriously vanishing at this point. Oh, coming home from the Nidus, okay. I think it's going to be up to this, but Hellions deal with Locusts so well. Yeah, they're just going to go down into the barbecue grill. Don't you like it when the meat just hops onto the grill on its own? Sheesh. Makes things even easier. This is so not happening. Panic worm here on the gonna try to block them in. I love it. Okay. Will it work? Can the Swarm host still get out? GG goes out from the blue player. They still can get out. The Nidus will spit them out on the other side, but not enough, actually. Have to maybe destroy a few of the missile turrets first. They're losing their base, but they're having fun at this point. This game is certifiably over. Done and completed. The buildings will be destroyed. There's only a couple Nidus worms that remain. Perfect. Who's even left? I know Dark Green left, so at this point it's just the blue Swarm host player and the pink Adept player. Oh, well, get out of here, pink Adept player. It's now just the Swarm host player who's enjoying themselves so much, apparently, they're willing to waste everybody's time. The island base will be destroyed. Team number 1 cleaning up the buildings. GG goes out once again. And is that it? I believe that's it. Yes, that was it. Victory. Team number 1 will take the match. A chaotic and entertaining piece of gameplay there. A Monobattle. Oh boy. They're kind of a wild card, but they can be quite fun sometimes too. You get some weird compositions. If you had told me at the start that the Corruptors would have gotten that much damage done over the course of the game, I'm not sure I would have believed you. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all have a great day.